Combat comrades!
Woo! Let's go, baby!
We had to have a fucking epic intro for this epic card we got this weekend.
Oh shit, boy!
It's fight week, baby.
Fucking lock in. Censor that for 5 minutes. Lock in. Let's go, Johnny.
Lock the flip in. Let's go.
Lock the flip in, guys.
Man, it's finally here. You know.
Oh, baby.
But before we get stuck in, should we have a little recap of last week?
Yes, we'll do a recap of Fight Night last week.
Starting with your boy.
My boy. We're talking. So, last episode, for you people that actually listened to the whole thing, I kind of thought it was going to be an interesting fight between the Egyptian chode Hamdi.
That was the people's main event.
Yeah. Unless you're a casual.
Yeah, dude.
Versus Mo.
Muhammad Usman.
Yeah, what does he call himself? Mo Hammer? I don't know. Not Mo the Monster? I don't know. Mo the freaking...
He should call himself Mo Punches because all he's got is a 102.
Yeah, seriously.
But, dude, it won him the fight.
Man, this is some diabolical shit, honestly. Did you see him with his little... He's doing some sort of, like, sim dance emoji?
It's weird how someone so big and intimidating can be so...
Lackluster?
It's different in the thing, but hey, he got it done, man.
He got it done. He got it done. There's a few things that we learnt from this event. Yeah, the Mo and the Chode sucks.
Mo and the Chode. Dude, that's a sick name.
Fiziev?
Beast. Oh, man.
Fiziev?
Dude, he's like looking up at this tall, lanky
Bruh.
fucking thing, but that guy was too scared to go in.
He
too
was.
Scared to engage.
He didn't want to engage in that Muay Thai monster.
And how about that Matrix? Phew, man.
Bro.
That was nice, yeah.
Absolutely beautiful. And then, obviously, Khalil and Jamal. Yeah. I said it. I flippin' said it.
Yep.
Jamal Hill is a bot.
He's done.
Bad footwork.
He's done.
He's got nothing. Honestly, he got a free ride to a title. Let's be honest. He was in the right place at the right time. But unfortunately, he's now being exposed. Well, fortunately, I should say. Fortunately, we don't have to listen to the female... Whoa.
And probably see less of this.
Yeah, the female Pena. Have you seen the edit that's going around now? They've taken the tattoos from his chest and blown them up on his hands. So his hands are the exact tattoo.
That sounds epic.
It's horrible to look at.
And that suits his personality as well.
Yeah, just pretty lackluster. I mean, when I was listening to the press conferences leading up, I was like, oh, he seems a little bit locked in. Yeah. Like he may pull something out of here, but no, I was right.
Yeah. For me, Jamal Hill is just a perfect example of someone who's constantly blaming others rather than... And you saw that from all the way to the Pereira fight, right?
Always.
He stepped on my foot. Or what did he say about something about year? And this one, he was complaining, Khalil, he was not engaging.
Brother, it's your job to engage as well.
Yeah, exactly. And a person who's constantly looking in the external for the mistakes is never going to change or try to improve. You know?
You have to look within.
Exactly. We get a little deep here as well. And Roundtree, man, for me, I was like, man, my heart is so much in this. I don't want to bet on this guy because he's such a wholesome guy.
Yeah, his story's amazing.
His story's amazing from the weight loss and just like him trying to be a
good person.
Just the way he talks, bro. He could easily do ASMR. That Khalil Roundtree. I don't know. He's not got a southern accent, but he's got, you know what I mean, a smooth
he's
operator.
Smooth
Exactly.
Operator.
We can do that. We can do that one next week.
Penalty.
But yeah, man, he pulled through. It's nice to see the stockier guy get in there and beat the bigger guy as well.
100%.
And hey, let me just give one honorable mention to Mr. Sadikhov. Fight of the night against Mota. Man, was that intense.
Banger.
Bro, it was intense from start to finish because he kind of wasn't able to find his range and find the distance. Mota was getting some good shots on him, and then out of nowhere, just boom, 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 impressive KO.
Bro.
And the speech, man, in Russian, he was saying some crazy stuff about like, I will die in this cage, like just making it.
And you
real
expect
gladiator.
a Russian to say some shit like that?
Yeah, I mean, he's from Azerbaijan, but he's Russian speaking. Russian speaking. It always sounds more intimidating in Russian, doesn't it?
Yeah, I mean,
Blech.
It's very intimidating, blech. It's honestly, and they got all the bonuses, didn't they?
I think so. Yeah, he stacked him up,
each.
bro. Stacked him up.
Cha-ching.
You know he's gonna be the fucking hummus market's gonna be popping off that night,
bro. It's gonna be a big one down at the
tahini for you, tahini
at the
for you.
freaking local
Tahini
bazaar, dude. just fucking
Chalkalash, get your chalkalash.
Chalkalash here. Get your chalkalash here. Fucking yummy food. Anyway, moving on. No, it was. Look, it wasn't the best card. Prelims outweighed the main card, but out with the old, in with the new.
Exactly. Well, speaking of new, we got some new fight news, brother.
Yes.
We got Imavov. He's another kind of, he's French, he's Russian, he's Dagestani, versus Kayo, the leader of the fighting nerds in Paris. Let's go.
Let's go.
What do you think about that one, bro?
It's going to be an interesting stadium because whenever it's in Paris or Brazil, some shit happens. They're always just crazy bastards.
100%.
So it's going to be fucking electric.
Yep.
It's exciting. I can't wait for it. I mean, I haven't done a deep dive in a breakdown sense on them, but from what I've seen from them both, it's going to be fucking intense, high pace. And yeah, it's going to be good. I mean, when the fighting nerds fight,
it's always a great
I love
fight.
it. It's my favorite gym. I fucking can't wait, dude.
And you love to see this beautiful sport expanding into Europe.
Yes.
A place where it was once banned and thought it was for crazy people is now one of the biggest growing sports. Like, look at all these French talent that's coming in as well.
Yeah, no, it's good.
You know, and you're right. The French, probably one of the rowdiest Western European countries, I would say.
Yeah.
But man, props to Bahia, man. Like, he's got some cojones on him, man, to go in there, enemy territory. You know, everyone's going to be throwing.
That's a true fighter, you know?
Yeah, bro. And he's going to be like, he really is the leader, right? Of the fighting nerds. I don't think he's the most talented. I mean, I'm a big Rufy and Jean Silva fan, but Bahia, man, like he's got that mentality. It's why he's in there, and he's not smoking packs a day like Praches. So.
Yeah, I mean that's a diabolical training regime from Praches, but
agree.
I mean, to each their own.
Yep.
And then we've got. Sorry, I was looking at my phone at the start, and it's for this reason. I just wanted to add some little. John Jones is retired. John Jones is retired. Let's fucking go.
Yeah,
out. Done. See you later.
Yeah.
I don't want to hear about it. You know I love John Jones here, but you're holding up the division.
Yeah, exactly.
You're talking a bunch of shit. You're doing weird shit in bathtubs. And you...
Do that without the belt.
And now you have a court case. So...
That's wild. I thought that was a joke.
No.
When I read that.
So the report is that a cop came to an accident, and then there was a chick in the car who's not wearing clothes from the waist down and extremely drunk, and said the driver is John Jones and he's fled the vehicle. So that is the situation.
It sounds like a movie. It sounds like a plot.
Which is like, was she wearing a dress and her dress was pulled up and they're saying no clothes from the waist down, or she just straight up not have pants on?
It sounds like the fucking plot to Hangover 4. Fucking Kim Jong. No, the not Kim Jong, but the Asian actor.
Wrong movie.
Kim Jong. I think his name is Kim Jong. He just jumps out of the truck. But man, it's honestly, I was a little bit sad at how this happened because,
Mr. Chow did.
Mr. Chow, that guy.
Yeah, that's it.
But man, we've been following John Jones since young.
2009.
He is such an amazing fighter and done so much, and it's just so sour to me the way this ended.
It ended in the worst way possible.
Yeah, like you would have loved him to have a retirement speech. Like, man, he could have spinning back kicked Stipe and retired. Going, you know, like that. It was beautiful, but I think the fact that he hung on and fucked around. I mean, who knows what was going on behind the scenes? Maybe UFC were part of it, trying to come on.
It's just, it's not worth it.
But it's just sour how it ended because we didn't really give him the props for what he did do. Yes, he had his flaws, but he's also a beast.
He's a shitty human for sure. Trying his best, so he says, but he's constantly fucking up, and it's annoying. Hard to defend the person, but the talent, it's undeniable. And you know what? To have someone who's the fucking GOAT get retired at a press conference by Dana, is fucking diabolical.
So sour. Tom getting his belt just like with an IG video, going, like
he looks
happy, but
the whole situation sucks.
Yeah.
Now Aspinall doesn't get beat. The heavyweight division is like female bantamweight, shallow. There's fuck all going on there. We're gonna start seeing some diabolical fights.
So many scalps, bro.
Yeah, bro. And Aspinall, he's 32. As long as he doesn't blow his fucking knee again, I reckon this guy, like, who's going to beat him?
Yeah, he's going to be active, hopefully getting him out quick. But thank God it is finally moving. I think everyone is happy just to see this progressing.
Bye.
And, au revoir, as they say.
Au revoir.
Au revoir.
Right. Moving on.
Let's
International
get to it, bro.
Fight Week.
Fucking hell.
put the fucking emoji flags in the comments of all 0 of you that comment. I want to see fucking at least one with a flag in it.
And for all the scrubs that complain about the cards, enjoy this, okay? We can't have this all the time, so enjoy it while it's there. We can still get good prospects and stuff from other things, but this, man, Daddy Dana, he fucking looked after us on this one.
Yeah, there's definitely some freaking exciting shit going on this card. Is there, we could go on about every fight, but we don't want to dribble too long.
Yeah.
We're getting feedback of less is more with the length of the potties, so we're going to start changing things around a little bit. But in saying that, is there any fighters on the early prelims or prelims you want to have a chat about, Johnny?
I think, like, just briefly, McKinney and Borshev, like, McKinney, he dies or wins in the first round, so that's going to be an absolute banger.
There's a finish for sure. Whatever side it's coming from.
I'm going Borshev because I like borscht, which is actually the cabbage soup, famous dish from Novosibirsk.
From the freaking Cold War.
Yeah, exactly.
Cabbage soup.
It makes sense. And Hyder Amel's just going to walk forward. So that's going to be an epic. And I'm going to give one last special shout out to Jack the Joker Hermanson
He's back.
against RoboCop, dude. Who's going to... Honestly, this is very similar, Jack against Pfeiffer.
Yeah.
Very similar, heavy hands.
Yeah.
The thing is, if this was a 5-rounder, I'd be leaning towards Jack. 3-rounder, man. I think RoboCop can take it.
The thing is with Jack, it's like I swear he just like starches someone and then fucks off for ages.
Yeah.
And it just, well, he's training with Kamzat, isn't he?
Well, Kamzat's left Sweden.
Oh, yeah, he left Sweden. So,
but bro, he's been out for a year and a half. So what have you been doing? We saw Gunnar Nelson come back after a year and a half, and he looked like an absolute journeyman.
Yeah, he looked like a drunk uncle at a party trying to fucking swing him back.
I'll show you a thing or two.
Yeah, back in my day, mate. You washed. Anyway, yeah, I have always liked RoboCop from that fucking fight he got into when he had that massive gash. And it was like a flap coming down from his head.
Yeah.
And they didn't stop it because it was in the center of his face. And then he managed to power on and win.
Absolute
so I love that about Rodriguez. I like fucking RoboCop. I've seen some talks on like X and all other sorts of fucking, bottom feeder fucking areas of the internet talking about potential fraud check by Hermanson. I don't know.
If it was a 5-round, I reckon we could talk that. But, there's some rumors that like RoboCop, he's 32, 33. Like, the guy doesn't look... Guy looks like he'd be pushing 40, man.
Yeah.
And he looks like Barack Obama, so I just love seeing what looks like an ex-president scrapping on.
Fuck yeah, it's the Brazilian Barack.
Brazilian Barack. I
Fuck
like that, man.
Fuck yeah, dude. Get your BBs up. Nice. Speaking of random little gems, we got Jacoby Smith versus Nico Price.
Oh.
There's going to be a rough night on the tools for Nico. I've liked Nico. He's never been like, oh my god, this guy's going to win the fucking belt or something. But he's always been like a cool, enjoyable fighter to watch.
Fights to watch.
Yeah, he's been in some good fights. So I do think he's getting thrown to the wolves a little bit at like a crossroads. Like if he gets fucking dog walked, is he going to retire? Maybe. He's quite. He's been around for fucking ever.
And when you start getting to that chinny, just always getting like Robbie Lawler,
Yeah, if Robbie Lawler fucking absolutely...
in his retirement fight.
in his retirement fight. And you know what? Robbie's a legend, and he deserves that. Yeah, he deserved to go out like that. 100%. You couldn't write a better fucking script.
And just to see him, like a guy who's emotionless with his lower lip gone.
Yeah, quivering.
It was like... beautiful to watch.
Well, Jazz loves watching grown man cry.
Yeah,
she thinks it's awesome to see.
That's why she got the nipple tassels, right?
Yeah.
See papi.
But no, she just for like such a hard. To like
the emotions.
Yeah, for that being overwhelmed with such emotion. And it's cool to see that he got exactly what he deserved.
Yeah.
Which 3 years ago you would have prayed for the same thing against Jones. For Jones.
Yeah.
But, everyone's got a sour taste and kind of wish his career ended with Aspinall fucking flatlining him. But then we've got... Is there anything else you want to talk about?
For the prelims, that's probably it.
You've got your mate Tracy Cortez on the card.
She's my mate?
Yeah.
She's a wrestler.
Wrestler.
I don't know too much else about her other than her and T-City used to get
down.
Do some,
get down on
T-rated stuff.
Get down on it. All right, well, let's move into the main event. The main event.
What a bloody one to start off with, man. Peyton Talbot the fucking. I mean, got a bit of a exposed. I'm not gonna say fraud check, but he got a bit exposed. But such an exciting guy. Frank Ocean's lover has got the most eccentric sick tats. Just a great style against Felipe Lima, another hungry young. Maybe hung. I don't know. I don't know that, dude. I'll wait for the OnlyFans to see that. But from the favelas of Brazil, bro, you know that's going to be a banger of a fight.
Yeah, it's going to be sick, especially with Talbot, right? He's 9-1 in his pro career.
Yep.
2 fights have gone to decision, and in those 2 fights, he's gone 1-1. Aside from that, it's all fucking gas, no breaks. You know, he's, like you said, exciting. Lima's more of a striker, so I think it's going to be a stand-up, stand and bang. I think Talbot's going to have something to prove. He's going to want to come back and be like, hey, I didn't get fraud checked. The MMA universe and the internet would be brutal as an upcoming fighter. If you're looking at the comments, I'm sure he'd be fucking devastated. And he got, Talbot got dominated in the grappling. His last outing against it was Barcelos, wasn't
Honey
it?
Barcelos, yeah. That's
Honey.
Honey.
And this could be a fraud check type of night for him if he does get finished this time.
Yeah, I think either way, there's going to be like a really exciting prospect. It's prospect versus prospect, but one's just going to really stand up ahead. It's got, Talbot, for me, what stands out is his footwork, his speed, power, and he's got the hype. Regardless of that thing, he's still got that hype behind him. Yeah, wrestling got a little bit exposed. But for Lima, man, he's not very experienced himself. He's only 23. He's very opportunistic, flying knees and slick grappling. Honestly, he reminds me of an old school bantamweight version of Oliveira, actually.
Nice.
Him being young and less experienced, I don't know if he will have that much of an advantage over Talbot.
Yeah.
Having those extra, time in the UFC. But regardless, man, this is going to be a sick fight.
Yeah, it's going to be sick, man. And especially when a fighter suffers from their first loss, there's 2 ways you can go.
Yep.
You can kind of start to deteriorate. It's an ego thing.
Jamal Hill.
Well, there you go. Like ego and competitive, fighting or just any competitive sport, it doesn't go hand in hand. Like you need to check that in at the fucking front door, come in and really, lock in.
Get stuck in.
So is he going to learn from it? I hope. Is he gonna, get fraud checked? I hope not. But it's a fucking sick card for the first fight, man.
They know what they're doing. Starting off with that one.
Hell yeah. And now we've got friggin' Moicano.
Money Moicano.
Money.
I can't afford to lose.
Then loses. I fucking love Moicano, dude.
Me too, man. He's a great guy for the sport.
He's versing Dariush. Sorry.
Yeah.
Benny.
Benny.
Benny
the douche. He's actually a really nice guy. Unfortunate last name. For me, Moicano's been an interesting one, man. Like he'll get pretty wrecked against Islam, but then crazy against BSD. He's from what I've seen, he cracks on the feet, but his best weapon is his BJJ and ground and pound. What he did against BSD.
Yeah, his ground and pound was fucking phenomenal.
I just think, man, Dariush, he's got 80% takedown defense. He's actually the bigger guy. He beat Gamrot. The wrestling ace, So I just don't know if Moicano will be able to take him down and do that to him like he did to BSD.
Yeah, that's a fair point. Well, first of all, Moicano's flourished since coming lightweight. He started off as a featherweight.
Featherweight, that's right.
Which is crazy to think. And he's got 3 losses in 5 years. So you got Fiziev, RDA, and Makachev, right? Okay. So he's got, like you said, strong grappling base. Very aggressive on the ground. Like him against BSD, man, I swear to God, that was if you wanted to
elbows, man.
If you wanted to explain to someone what is the definition of a 10-8 round, it's that fucking round. It was just smothering and heavy elbows. His aggressive ground and pound was great.
Yep.
And just his ability to kind of move and pop. He's not scared of getting hit. And it'd be fucking terrifying to be taken down by this guy. And I do see your point with the takedown defense, but I also think Moicano's very bouncy on his feet.
Yeah.
He's got a lot of lateral movement. He's in, he's out. He's not scared of crazy exchanges.
Yeah.
And he takes some punches too.
Definitely. He can eat
He's one of those guys that kind of bites down the mouth guard and goes, all right, if we're going to fucking go, let's go. So, I think Moicano may do it. I will be called crazy, I'm sure. I can't wait if he fucking loses to have a bunch of sniffers in my comments or in my DMs saying, "Oh, you fucking suck." Fuck you. You do a podcast.
No, I think if Moicano, I do think Moicano has the things to win this one for sure. I think if he used his, to try to use his range to get those nice strikes, to try to get like a club and sub, that would be a good way to go about it.
I like that, club and sub.
Yeah, he's just the type of guy to really push and go forward, And if he can get a good strike in on the feet, I think that's the best way to go against Benny. I think if you're going to try to wrestle him, that might not be. He's going to be a lot bigger and harder to do. But man, I think the thing that convinced me was, bro, look at his collarbone. I don't know if you noticed, but he's like, it looks like the fucking thing is hanging on by a thread. He actually, but what's more impressive, like he broke it 3 weeks before the BSD fight. With a broken collarbone did that. So
that makes it... If you get 10-8'd by a guy that's got a broken fucking collarbone...
I can't judge a book by a collarbone, bro. So
bro, I will judge a book by a collarbone. If that collarbone shit's all fucked up and he's going in there against fucking freaking Saint Denis and,
slaying the Saint, dude.
Bro, he fucked doctor stoppage. The cunt looked like he went toe-to-toe with 7 beehives. He's just fucking in the corner like... I can see... How many fingers you're holding up, Yeah. Fuck knows, cunt. But, I don't know. I'm going with Moicano wants money on this one. And
should be another good fight. A bit
gamble responsibly. Don't use me as your tips, cunts. Do your own fucking research, but these are my picks.
It'll be a good vet war for sure.
Fucking oath. Now. Oh, shit, baby.
Oh, man. What a fucking... Each one has got its own narrative and story, man. It's so good.
Joshua Van versus
he's back.
Brendan Riddle.
He's back. I know you're a big fan of Van.
Bro, I'm a Van fan.
You're on the Van.
I'm on the friggin' Van. I'm in the Van. Fucking sign me up, dude. Josh Van is the new kid on the block. He's got all the hype around him. He's so fucking exciting. And he's not a Dagestani wrestler. So I'm fucking stoked on this guy.
He's from Myanmar. Myanmar's going absolutely bonkers right now.
Bro, Myanmar is literally sending it. I can't wait to see, sometimes they cut to the fan bar or something. Yeah. I hope it's just some fucking village in Myanmar.
Some raggedy old village.
Yeah, just getting torn to shreds. With a celebration, obviously. No one getting injured. Shout out to the people of Myanmar. I'm sure you're fucking legends. But okay, let's cut to the fucking meat and potatoes, right? It's a massive step up in competition. We can, we're not going to be silly and act like it isn't a tough test for Josh Van. And, Royval, he's a little bit tested. He's dangerous. But if you look at what happened when Steve Erceg went straight to a title shot and everyone's like, who's this guy? Fucking The Office, blah, blah, blah. Give him all this shit. Fucking who? I'm sorry, who? Fuck you. He almost won it.
Yeah.
If he didn't shoot that takedown in the last round, he would have won that fight. That takedown, he lost that fight because of that, I think, personally. Not a judge. Fuck off. But it's interesting, right? Because you've got Josh Van, who... He's a poppy bastard, he's fucking in, out, crazy head movement, blah, 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 and patient, When I gave the breakdown, whatever episode ago, I'm going to kind of repeat the same points because they still remain the same. His movement is slick. His ability to, pick his moment. The patient, for a young fighter to be this patient, and speaking from experience, man, I'm not fucking patient. I wish I was way more patient with my striking. And just to have that maturity and be like, not now. My moment will come, set it up, and his ability to reset. So if he's in a sequence trying to set a trap and something happens, he'll pull back and he'll reset it.
Yeah.
And I fucking love that, dude.
It's crazy to have this talent. I'm still learning the bits and pieces for striking, man. But everyone is so impressed with this kid. Only 23 years old and to be doing all those things. For me, he just got a really, a tough test, as you said, leveling up with Mr. Royval. And with not much time to train, but...
3 weeks.
3 weeks, man.
Fucking hell.
And for me, Royval brings pace, volume, and range. And he's a southpaw, so he's got a great left kick to the body. A great weapon against orthodox fighters, as you know. And he's been up with the top dogs. Moreno twice,
battle tested.
Exactly. And yes, he does get clipped a lot. For me, I just think, Royval... has that bit more of experience. He's been training for a boxer. Cap was the guy he was supposed to fight. And just
is that guy ever going to fucking fight again?
He keeps getting injured. Honestly, he's a bit annoying. I'm kind of happy that he's not. But to me, Royval has the things to beat him if he kind of keeps the range, keeps blasting with the kicks, he could just start him. And let's not forget, Royval has crazy grappling as well. He doesn't shoot a ton. He's more of like a press kind of guy, and then knock you down, submit you. But he does have crazy grappling. I know Van hasn't been tested in the grappling yet, so this could be a good challenge. But man, one of the hottest prospects, beautiful boxing. He could easily just slip and rip and just knock down Royval. So
enter the Matrix type shit. And I think at the minimum for one Joshua Van is if he has a good fight, like he doesn't just get fucking dog walked, he's minimum like in the conversation, you know, like a couple fights, a little bit of an adjustment here and there from getting back into it. Like I think there's no loss for Josh Van, especially because you got the short notice, and it's like people are fucking pumped for it.
Exactly.
So I think it's not going to be like a career-ending loss if he does lose. And with the Royval, he's showcased his ability to be able to counter-strike well.
Mm-hmm.
However, you've got Josh Van, who has demonstrated the ability to be patient and calculated. So it's like, if Josh Van...
It's a chess match, man.
Exactly. And if he doesn't get pressured by... Like, he doesn't succumb to the pressure, which I don't know. You never know until you see it.
Yeah.
So I'm only just saying what I think, and what I think is, you know, based on fuck all. But I don't think Josh Van is really going to succumb to the pressure. I think he's fucking ready for this, you know, like buying his mum a house.
Yeah.
All this shit. It's all the cards are falling into place.
Yeah.
And I think it's just, it's fucking exciting. And with that, my pick, Josh Van.
Yeah, I agree with you, man. He's fearless, and that's the type of person that can go on a couple of weeks' notice and get it done, you know? And yeah, to your point, I think it's a win-win, man. You know, like he's getting an amazing step up in competition.
Huge.
So he if he wins, boom, he's up in the top 10. He's getting, I don't know if he's ranked, but he's definitely getting a ranking after this. And if he loses, he's getting tested against a high-level opponent in that division. He'll be getting a good paycheck. And hopefully no serious injuries for either of these guys. It's just the fact that he's taken on 3 weeks. It's like a very young person thinks, I'm good to go. I'm good to like.
Yeah,
you're always good to go till oh shit. You know, the awareness maybe is not as much there with an older fighter. But regardless, man, so much respect for him.
You know, Dana's going, this kid's awesome.
He loves that
awesome.
stuff.
He just wants to fight all the time. How awesome is this kid?
Yeah.
You know, you know Dana's fucking licking his lips.
Exactly.
Even if maybe he doesn't even know about it, considering he's been a fucking no-show everywhere all the time. What? John Jones said he wants to retire? Huh? How do you not know, bro?
It was at the Crawford event, sorry.
Yeah, fuck boxing. But also keen to see what he does with it. Anyway, moving along, freaking our fellow Anzac, friggin' Kai Kara versus Alexandre Pantoja.
The cannibal dude.
The actual cannibal. What are your thoughts, bro?
Man, this is another really interesting fight. Sometimes the flyweights aren't... It's actually, this is the second flyweight on the card. Kara France, he's nicknamed Don't Blink. Super quick. Against Pantoja, who's aggressive, moves forward, and he has the grappling, man, so he can do it all. He's got that Aljo backpack, which I really like. But he just turned 35, so I feel like this could be one of the last before starts going down. For me, Kara France, man, bro, he got a title shot from winning 1 out of his last 3.
Yeah,
how do you get a title shot?
That's something. This is what's going to happen in the fucking heavyweight division. I'm telling you, because who else is left?
You just need to find whoever you
need
can.
to just put someone in. You got to keep the champ active.
Exactly.
The champ deserves to be kept active after putting in all that work. But yeah, I do agree. It's fucking diabolical.
Yeah, Kara France, he either gets sick knockouts or gets knocked out.
Or kick to the fucking liver.
Yeah, exactly.
He's very susceptible to body shots.
That was brutal. And Pantoja, he's got a fucking chin on him. He's going to push forward. I just think he has so many ways to get it done, right? He could piece him up on the feet, take him down, grapple, submit, you know? Pantoja, I think he's in his prime right now, so it's a tough test for Kara.
Yeah, I agree, man. It's interesting because in Kai Kara's fight against Moreno, there was moments where he looked good, but then he just copped that body shot. And he cops that body shot, like not always via kick, but he gets hit in the liver quite a bit.
Yep.
And he always kind of winces. And that's something that someone as high level as Pantoja,
he's going to
exploit
targeting that. Yeah.
And Pantoja's on a 7-fight win streak. He hasn't lost since 2020.
Beast.
He's good on the feet. Great, like you said, great forward pressure. Good clinch work and top pressure from Mount as well. It's good.
It's
He's well rounded.
I think he's the strongest flyweight, man. To be able to hold people down and just control them is like, maybe cuts a lot of weight. He honestly just looks like a hard nut. Like, you remember that emotional speech he gave as well, man?
Yeah.
He looks like he's been through some hard stuff and it's just made him a really tough person,
Yeah,
so
you love to see it.
Yeah, tough test for Kai, man.
I mean, trauma is a good base for MMA to begin with. You really got to fight those fucking demons, don't you?
Look at Sean Strickland.
Yeah, well, I mean, he's a bot. He's not the best example.
Add them to the list.
But yeah, I think with the Pantoja, the interesting point is Usyk, like I said before, he was giving Pantoja some problems, man. Yeah. And it was like real close. It was real close, which MMA math doesn't work. But then you got Kai Kara that absolutely decimated Usyk in the first round. But yeah, I think if I'm always going to support and cheer for a fellow Anzac. Let's get that out of the way. But if I'm going to have an MMA podcast, I have to try and be as unbiased as possible.
Yeah, we've got to be unbiased on this thing.
And I just think Pantoja's got too many different paths to victory. But if Kai Kara can knock out any flyweight, I do believe that. I just think Pantoja's going to be he's dialed in, man. He's a champ.
Yeah,
like you said, scrap with Marino fucking way too many times, but that's minutes in the octagon with the best of the best.
Yeah,
and yeah, I think it's going to be tough for Kai.
Yeah,
but I will be cheering if Kai does take the fucking W.
Yep, good fight nonetheless. Well, should we get to the main event?
Oh baby, this is going to be fucking crazy.
I can't believe it's finally here, man.
This
is one of those fights, like when I get to the fight week, it actually kicks in.
Yeah.
What a way. I mean, the only other one that would have topped this would have been Jones versus Aspinall, which is obviously not happening. So this is
it'll probably happen in 2060. No, I'm kidding. Jones should never come back.
Virtual AI version. But, man, let me start about Oliveira, man, because...
Tell me.
One of the most loved fighters on the roster.
Isn't he?
Holds a record for the most finishes in the UFC. KOs over Chandler, sub Dustin, sub Gaethje. And I was just watching some of his fights today. He goes to the corner right before he he chokes or knocks out one of these guys. Shakes hands with every person. So he's just got he's a good personality.
Yeah, he's like, sorry, I bashed the living dog shit out of your father.
Even before he does it, he's already kind of apologizing. So for me, he'll be remembered for his kill or be killed attitude. Yeah. You see, he gets knocked down a lot. That's kind of the downside against a guy like Topuria, man, because we saw Max, man. Max has never been knocked down. When Topuria got him,
DeBronx is chinny, bro.
Yeah,
he's been dropped by pretty much everyone from recent memory. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong.
Chandler won, man. He nearly got knocked out and then came back and won it in the second round. Exactly.
That was fucking so sick.
Yeah,
I was screaming. I loved it. DeBronx is chinny, but fuck, man, I fucking love him so much. Like, as you said, he's such a lovable guy. He does so much for the community back home. He goes back to the favelas. He's super polite. He's always nice. He's just a fucking good guy, man. He's just, that big old friggin' grin, that shit-eating grin with the whitest teeth. He's just good vibes, man. But if we're getting into the nuts and bolts of this, it is scary.
Yeah.
I think he got outboxed by pretty boy, your mate, Arman Sarukian. Which fucking scares me against someone of the level of,
insane
caliber that
and
is
power.
Yeah, that is Ilia Topuria. And anyone who knows me knows Ilia fucking grinds my gears. But again, to be unbiased here, Ilia does have some of the best striking. And he's got the touch of death in his hands. Yeah. It's similar to Pereira, man. People shut the fuck down immediately. So I don't know. What do you see with Oliveira? Like, what would be his path to victory? Because we know he likes throwing that fucking knee up the middle.
Yeah, I think the one thing I've realized, this is actually not the same Oliveira as we've seen in his whole last 14 years.
Yeah,
he's in his vet stage.
He is.
And I really saw that in the Chandler number 2 fight. First fight, he nearly got KO'd and rallied back to get the W. But the second fight, I saw a more controlled, calculated Oliveira.
Yeah.
You know, he was going for the kill less, but he was also getting knocked down less. Of course, he got knocked down. This is an Oliveira fight.
Yeah.
But that's the one thing I saw, and to me, that is the type of Oliveira that will be required to win against a guy like Topuria, because you need to, like, he's moving up, man.
Yeah.
So I think Oliveira could try to bully him, especially on the ground a little bit. I know Topuria has good grappling and he's strong, but man, this is a higher division he's going up.
Yeah, definitely. And it's the same issues that anyone that goes up faces, like, you know, it's with the Volk and the Max going up. I'm still coping, shut up. It's always a tougher test, right? The bigger guy, the natural, or close to natural, you know, they all can't wait, but, you know, just a bigger dude, taller. You know, he's lanky, he's got long limbs, battle tested. I know I use that term a lot, but he is.
Yeah,
you know,
at lightweight too, right? He's been
lightweight.
taking shots from big boys like Gaethje. You know, I'm sure Gaethje cracks fucking hard, man.
Yeah,
same as Poirier.
I mean, with the amount of CTE and Gaethje, you want to hope that he's at least gained something from it, because freaking Jesus Christ. I met him when he was in Sydney, and fucking hell. I love you, Gaethje, but Jesus, protect your brain. Yeah, it's fucking dicey, man. Like, if I have to pick, unfortunately, I am going to lock in my pick of Ilia Topuria.
Yeah.
Finish. I don't know the round. I think that Charles is going to be successful at the start, and I think because of that success, he's going to get confident. He's going to feed off the crowd. He's going to get pumped. Maybe he'll see an opening, or maybe he'll rock Ilia a little bit. And then Ilia's just going to get backed up and do the fucking possum Izzy on Pereira in their rematch style and just overhand.
Counter, yeah.
Bink. And I think if he does that, especially in the later rounds, you know, after the first two when they're fresh and they're dry, no diddy, it'll be really hard for Oliveira after, you know, once he gets hit and he drops, I think he's just
To
gonna
recover from that,
yeah, because it's a high level, like, chess match, using all your fucking energy to, you know, get your sequences right and not get knocked the fuck out. I think that if he gets rocked, he's going to be like, oh, fuck, what the fuck? And then I think Ilia has got that, he has the killer instinct.
Yeah.
You know, and he's shown time and time again. I've doubted him time and time again, but it's time for me to fucking swallow my pride and acknowledge Ilia's a top level fucking striker with the ability to submit people. I don't think he's going to submit Charles, but he's got that in his skill set. First 7 fights, 7 submissions.
Yeah.
You know?
He's got that Georgian wrestling, man.
Yeah, man. It's fucking...
I mean, you don't get to the quickest rise to stardom since McGregor, in my opinion.
Legit, which is so cringe because he's fucking McGregor's clone.
Yeah, with the tattoos and everything. You know, the whole trying to be a Mystic Mac. But, I mean, he did KO 2 featherweight legends, Max and Volk. So McGregor really got that hype just from the way he was. But, like, he's actually been, honestly, walking the walk for me more than McGregor. From what I've been seeing about Ilia... Yeah, I've been really studying just his boxing, you know, because he's the shorter guy, especially now moving up to lightweight. But it's not just his hands when we talk about his boxing. It's the defensive stuff. So the head movements, the slipping, the rolling. You know, as a shorter, that's what you really need to do. And it's hard to get hit. It's hard to get hit when you're doing all those slips and stuff. But it's also good to set up a counter, right? Like, so you move that way, boom, come in with a counter shot.
100%.
I agree with you about the wrestling as well. The things I see that Charles can do here with that slipping and rolling, man, Charles got those crazy knees. You could just like, Charles has just those explosive, opportunistic attacks that I think could really clip Ilia.
Yeah.
And man, I just really Charles being at lightweight for so long, fighting heavy-handed guys like Gaethje,
poor killers, man.
Poirier, man, I think he's got and he hasn't been knocked out cold. Like his chin isn't gone, you know.
Until Saturday.
So, well, yeah,
Sunday.
It could be it, but I mean, as of this podcast, it hasn't happened yet, you know.
Yeah.
So I think people are like, don't get me wrong, I do have a strong feeling towards Ilia, but I think people are like really like making the distance way too big. Like Charles,
yeah, for sure.
Charles
Definitely.
really has a chance to hit him with something, get him on the ground, and that vet stuff that I'm talking about, man.
Yeah.
I really see him just trying to be controlled, get the body lock, slip to the back, trips,
Yeah, 100%. And we've never seen Ilya get bullied.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Yeah, because he's featherweight, right? So he's going up in weight. So this is a chance where we could see it happen.
And it would be interesting that if he does get bullied, how does he handle the pressure?
How does he react?
Does he have a bunch of yes men in the gym? Oh, surely not. You don't get that good if you don't get bashed by the people that are better than you. But you know what I mean? Like, he sniffs his own farts pretty heavily.
Yeah.
So it's like, if he does get rocked, or let's say, he just survives, gets saved by the bell round one, Oliveira takes him down, a couple of bop from fucking, from Mount, and then saved by the bell, kind of turtle shelling or something, then he goes back to the stool. Is he going to be like, deer in headlights, oh my fucking God, I'm getting bashed? Or is he going to be like, okay,
exactly,
download that information, we make our adjustments, listen to your coaches and go in and actually be able to fucking show some like endurance and like adversity.
Yes.
Because he's
Battling
just fucking
through adversity.
cleaning everyone out.
Exactly.
There's no adversity. He's never required it.
That's a good point. We haven't seen him go 5 rounds. We haven't seen him really... We did see him get cracked by Jai Herbert. So we have to remember that, man. If Jai Herbert is cracking you and knocking you down, man, Oliveira, he can do the same.
Yeah, 100%.
So yeah, man.
But it's funny the way it works, though, because like you could have someone that just hits you in the right spot.
Exactly.
From the right angle. Anything can happen in a fight.
It's a fight. At the
and
end
like,
of the day.
imagine Oliveira fucking, he's ducking and weaving. Like, you got Ilya ducking and weaving in close, and then Ilya, throws a knee up, rocks him. Then what?
Yeah.
Like anything can happen.
Exactly.
Hits him with a teep kick, bang! Oh my God, you caught my liver.
Yeah.
Now I'm fucking, curling up,
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
Oliveira, he's got that instinct
Boom,
as well.
killer instinct, man.
He'll jump
exactly.
on, grab the back, choke him out, or something like that.
You know what would be the sickest finish though?
What? Ilya top Turo.
Just shout out, just out of nowhere, start speaking English, and he's like, "That top Toro."
That would be fun. His English is in a
Surprise, surprise! I speak English.
He's just got fucking McGregor. That McGregor's been his English teacher.
Mask comes off, dude. Dude, that would be so sick.
Oh, bro, like fucking Waluigi.
Come back of the century, dude.
No, bro, that would be nuts, but it won't happen because McGregor's punching all the
Yeah,
cunts
he's
and
too busy
fucking
punching
just
gloves.
ba.
And not even knocking them down, bro. Come on. If you're
I
gonna
mean,
fight
he's
if you're gonna fight a civilian,
He's got 6 blunts in one side of his mouth. He's got a fucking spoonful of,
Raccaccino.
friggin' Colombian marching powder in the other, and he's just there going, "Top Duro,
D, where are you? I want to make another one.
yeah," and she's there going, "Oh fuck,
Fucking hell, here we go again.
buy me another Birkin." Yeah, it's fucking exciting, very very exciting,
man.
and I think before we wrap this up,
Combat comrades.